Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys can hear me because I don't have my mic on. But anyway, we are heading out. I started packing the little bag there behind me. Going to the beach. It's beach day. I'm cutting up some orange slices because apparently it's good for you. It keeps you hydrated. Anyway, I'm using my Pauldin knives. And this knife, when I tell you that this knife is sharp, believe me. The boys are all dressed up and ready in their outing clothes. I've taken some beach wear for them to wear when we get there, so they can change in the tent when we get to the beach, just so they're not running around in the sand in their outing clothes. I learned this from a movie a couple of years ago. I heard that if you are going somewhere that is sunny, or you're going to be involved in some form of activity that is some sort of exerting, it's beneficial to take oranges as they are very hydrating and they fill you back with electrolytes. So yeah, that's why I'm taking these oranges along. But hello, are you paying attention to these knives? Are you seeing how they are cutting through these oranges like butter? I'm just carrying out the center and then I'm cutting them into like strips or quarters so that they're a lot easier to handle when we're on the beach. Obviously the boys are going to wash their hands before they dig into this, but yeah. I have this big bottle for everybody. Hopefully there will be no fights. I will be able to share. So I've already started throwing things into the bag and I've made a mess of everything. I'm going to take all of that out and start to repack once I have all of my things together. I'm also going to do some grapes. We have not left and they started arguing already. Oh, I know that my boys love each other. I know that they can't do without being in each other's space. But the amount of fights per second is unreal. I honestly do not know why they cannot get along. I don't know why everything has to be fought out. I don't know why everything has to be an argument. But yeah, that was my life lately. This holiday has been shaggy pro max and it has been fun. Honestly, I can't even imagine that I'm saying it's fun because it truly was. We had a lot of activities. I hardly vlogged during this time because I had to occupy the boys. Anyway, I'll just you more about that later on when we get on the beach. My grapes are washed here and hubby is ready as well. We are ready to leave this house. By the way, this bag was a mess and I just had to take everything apart. But before I did that, I remember that I had one watermelon in the fridge and this is a perfect opportunity to cut up that watermelon and finally use it up. We had some of this a couple of days ago, but I think because of the zobo in the fridge, we have not been really eating this watermelon. But anyway, check this knife. How is cutting through this watermelon like it's bread. Yeah, I had cut the watermelon into smaller cubes just so that we don't have to pack everything bulky like this, because it was a lot easier to carry if they are all cut up into cubes and it's less messy. Anyway, this is what we had for the last quarter of this watermelon, and that's all of our food packed. I'm just going to make sure that this bag is properly packed well. So I took everything out and I remember that I had 3 bottles of Zobo left in the fridge. This is what we have left from the last batch of Zobo we made last week. Well, a couple of days ago, but because you saw the vlog last week, that's it. I'm also adding some fruit picks in there just so that the boys are not picking out the fruit with their hands. I'm using my cutlery container here for work, and yeah, so I put all of our food in the picnic bag. And then when I couldn't find any more space, my husband reminded me that I had a cooler, so I got the cooler and I put some malt in, I put the zobo in, and I put like a bag of mixed veg just to keep everything cold and chilled. I took a couple of cups as well, and yeah, that was it. I took our mat and we're ready to hit the road. Everyone buckled in, and then it was a trip down to Skegness. Skegness is like, I don't know, it's like our go-to place whenever it's beach time. We went there last year, we're going again this year. I really love it. I miss Blackpool as well. Well, it's a distance from where we are. I think Skegness is about 2 hours from where we stay. So it's still a journey, but at least it's the closest to us at the moment. Anyway, we finally made it to Skegness, and you know you're going into Skegness when you're passing through this lamppost that looks like you're going into the belly of the whale. But anyway, this was where you know that you're in Skegness, because parking is not your mate. Before you find parking, especially during peak season, it's usually very chaotic. You have to monitor people, you have to be on guard, and it takes a while. But anyway, you park, pay for parking, and display your ticket so that you don't get fined. And then we made our way to the beach. The boys usually like to go on swings before we go and set up, but this particular day they were just shouting bicho bicho bicho. Okay, no worry. We made our way there, and then when I saw this red van, I knew that today was the day that the boys were going to go on a donkey ride. The last time we came, they were just taking the donkeys home when we got there. So as soon as I saw that van, I knew today's the day. We touched sand, and then all the feeling of we're on the beach came back, and the donkeys were sitting pretty. We had to wait obviously for a full trip. I think they had about 8 donkeys there that particular day. So yeah, we had to get the boys on the donkeys, and we waited for them to get a full at least get most of the donkeys occupied with children. My boys were the first on this particular trip. So yeah, they sat and stroked the donkeys. The donkeys were really calm, and as soon as they had everyone, they started to line the donkeys up for the trip. The trip is not really long, but they just go around a particular path, and then they come back to where they were set up. It took a while to get moving, and then almost as soon as we started moving, we had to stop again because there were some announcements and they were spooking donkeys. We just saw vans, and then we saw lifeboats, and then they were just making announcements, letting us know that we should clear the path. And this is unusual speed on the sand, by the way. So I knew that something was up. People were running to see what was happening at the beachfront. It was just chaos. The donkeys were spooked, like really spooked. I mean, I'm like, let this ride shall be over. As soon as the ride was over, the boys got off, abandoned me with everything. Hobby and I set up the tent and our mats, and we got comfortable. This is where I shine, because before I stand up and play inside the sand, it will take God and the intervention of other people.
We're finally all set up now. The boys have gone to pee, and for me it's time to eat and relax while the boys play in the sand. One of them is already covered in sand from head to toe. I mean hair to toe, hair to toenail. Yes, one of them is completely drenched in sand. There's sand in literally everywhere, everything. But not to worry, I need to drink some water. The wind is quite strong. I feel like I should have bought a blanket or something. There's sand literally everywhere. The boys have already had their own drink. I don't know. I'm probably the least excited person when I hear beach, because for me it's too much work. It's too much work. Maybe if we came like in a group, yeah, maybe I won't feel it as much, but I don't know. We only just set up and I'm already overwhelmed. Like, I want to go home and just have another bath. But yeah, that's where we are. That's the current situation of things right now. My husband has taken the boys to go and pee. I'm waiting for them to come back and wear themselves out so that we can just go home. I mean, I even slept almost all the way here. I don't know. It's just one kind. But then I'm sure there are some adults that really look forward to beach day. Like, they really look. There's a fake. I'm sure there are some adults that when they hear beach like this, so they're excited. Oh, let's go. It will be fun. To be shake by, to be shower. Hello, it's walk. Like, I'm sweating. I think I brought a fan too. It's hot. It's just one can. I brought change of clothes for the boys, but I don't think they'll be wearing it because what they're wearing is already filthy. I wish there's somewhere I could hang this fan. Ishisa, guys. Ishisa, cool. There's been two rescue boats on the beach today. I think someone is stuck at sea. The first boat that went out is just coming back now. I hope they've been able to rescue whoever they went out to rescue because it was quite an emergency. They were speeding on the sand.
Honestly, these lifeboats were not even helping the matter at all because the chaos on the beach this particular day was unreal. You notice that this is a lot bigger than the one that passed the first time. I think that one was too small to rescue, or maybe they just got to rescue vans out because there was a lot of people. I don't know. And the fact that these people were not even helping matters, their facial expression was so unreadable. There was nothing to show that they were successful or they were unsuccessful. I think it comes with the training or something, but I don't know. I tried to zoom in to see if there was anything that was going on. Nothing, no. So I absolutely have no idea what happened on the beach this particular day. I just know that there was some emergency. They got 2 lifeboat rescue teams out and there was literally nothing to show for it. I don't know if it was a casualty. I don't know if they were successful. Anyway, a couple of hours later, after the boys were won themselves out, they came and we ate. Some people were still going around in swings. Something like this I've never gone on in my life, ever. Even the seagulls came to have a little bit of our food. But then, guys, the mess on the beach this particular day, a whole Pampers. Somebody left Pampers from their baby, multiple cans of drinks and all that. It was just a mess. I don't know how some people can do this and just leave it there. It's unbelievable. Anyway, boys continued playing and we left them for a couple of hours. Like, we had about 6 hours and the boys played till they were tired. Like, there was no rush for them. I mean, when we came, this whole place was filled up and look at it now. Look at what it looks like, almost deserted. And then we were still here, just chilling and waiting for the boys to say they were done. When this was not happening, I had to advise myself because am I gonna sleep here? Is night gonna miss me here? And we still have another trip back home. After a while, I was done pretending like I was okay with this whole thing. And I had to get them to pack up their things and let's go. Look at how somebody's son is working because they don't want to carry an empty cooler. The drama that is these boys. I was completely tired of sitting down and just watching these boys play, making memories. But I don't know, am I the only one who feels like this? Anyway, we finally got in the car, everyone got strapped up and I just handed out the last pieces of snacks. I always keep something for the road. But anyway, you guys, how was this trip? Let me hear in the comment section. I will see you in the next one.